patterns and geometric proportions form the fundamental blueprint of the universe. You know, the same patterns also reflects the natural worlds and even our bodies and the solar system. Everything is made up of one thing. At the core, everything is made up of geometry. Think of it like this. Geometry is the energy that we cannot see. Energy is just geometry in motion, and geometry is energy caught in the act. So basically, geometry forms and energy moves. And I actually have another video from like a couple weeks ago where I go into this and relating to how music and geometry are actually connected and why music affects us so deeply. You know, music is sound, right? And sound is just frequencies that are, given a voice, and the universe is made up of frequencies. So the universe is literally made up of frequencies and energy and vibrations, and the blueprint for all of this is geometry. And I'm pretty nerdy, so I love learning about things like quantum physics and science. And even in quantum physics, we learn that our universe is made up of invisible interacting fields of energy. And if these fields were given form, it would be made up of geometry, of geometric patterns. And if you guys are interested in a more scientifical approach to the things I talk about, I definitely do recommend looking into quantum physics because it kind of breaks down all the things that we discuss about energy and how it takes up geometric shapes and kind of how all that goes into play scientifically. There's actually psychedelics that can open your mind to these geometric patterns and allow you to experience the universe at its core. But if you aren't ready for an experience like that, it can definitely feel extremely scary. So I'm not promoting anyone to take psychedelics, but it's just something to think about, There's a lot of cool stories out, I'm sure on YouTube, but just out on like Reddit, you can read about where people speak on their experiences, like on their psychedelic trips, and I think it's worth checking out if you want to learn more about how the experience is. Because it's definitely very cool, but again, very powerful as well. So if it's not something I recommend. Real quick, let's talk about some of the most ancient geometric patterns which I have tattooed on me. So I'm going to give you guys a close-up, and then I'm going to talk about each one. Well, the ones that I know. There's a lot that I don't know. But this is the first one right here, you see. So I'm like out of breath. But this is the germ of life. It's made up of exactly 6 overlapping circles of equal size. This one represents was the symbol of initial creation. So basically, the moment pure potential energy shifts into structural reality. And then around it, we have the seed of life, which this is a progression of the germ of life. And the seed of life, this consists of 7 overlapping circles of the same size, and this represents the divine unfolding of the universe. And there's there's more variations, but the last one I'm going to talk about is I think it's the Sri Chakra. This is where all these triangles are. You see, I think there's about 9. So there's 9 interlocking triangles, and then there's more triangles in the triangles, and this symbolizes the perfect balance between feminine and masculine energies, because as we previously discussed, we all have feminine and masculine energy regardless of our gender. Oh my goodness, I was very out of breath. I was talking very fast. But like I was saying, there's a lot of geometric patterns that we don't even know. There's an endless amount, but these are just some of the most spoken of, and they're very important. I really like them. These are the 3 that I've studied a lot, and I probably have more. I might have the egg of life in here too. But yeah, so to sum this video up, your biggest takeaway should be that every form of energy produces waves that create geometric patterns when they collide with matter, and that is what we call sacred geometry.